The whale. The boy could scarcely believe it. Most of the whale's massive body stretched into the sea, but its head was fully on shore. It was shaped like a blue whale, only so much larger. It looked as if it were a throwback from some ancient species, from a time of monsters and myth. The whale looked sad to the boy, and he ran up to its side, right by the whale's large, deep-colored eye. "Are you all right, Mr. Whale?" The whale blinked. Its eyes were wet, and it looked like he was crying. "I'm sorry. I wish I could understand you. I wish I could help." The whale lumbered his head ever so slightly away from the boy, as if motioning him to come closer. So Farrell did. To comfort the whale, he put his right hand below its eye, and when he did, something in the whale rumbled. Whoom. It was like a sound, like breathing and humming, only so low and ancient. It was a timeless sound. The boy waited for a bit. Whom can you understand me? Whom can you hear me? The whale's voice made no sound. No, it did, Farrell realized, but it was a different kind of sound. It vibrated like your throat does when you speak. It came from inside him, vibrating from him along Farrell's arm, and that was how he could hear him. "I can hear you." Farrell was ecstatic. A whale was actually talking to him. "My name's Farrell. What's yours?" "My name..." The whale's voice was slow and deep, like a drum being beat at the bottom of a pool of maple syrup. It was still clear, very clear, but deep like the ocean, and slow as the ebb and flow of the tide. "Yeah, your name. It's how people call you or get your attention when they want to talk to you. Like my dad would yell, 'Farrell, dinner's ready,' and that's how it would know it's time to eat." "Whom? I don't know. That doesn't seem to make sense to me." "Why not?" When the whale spoke, it would pause regularly, as if breathing, and when he did, his voice, if it was a voice, would make that sound, that deep, rumbling whom. If he just said, "Whom? Dinner is ready," would you still know it's time to eat? The boy had to think about it. He decided he would actually still know. "Well, yeah, I guess so." "We don't have names. We just know what is meant for us, and what is not." Farrell wasn't quite sure what the whale meant, but he didn't want to argue with his new friend. "I guess that makes sense." Farrell was trying to figure out what to call the whale. Everyone he had ever known had a name. "Hey, I know you don't have a name, but it would be easier for me if I could call you something. Can I give you a name, Mr. Whale?" "A name? I've never been given a name, nor have I ever had one." "Can I please give you one? Please?" The whale paused for a minute, and it seemed to Farrell that he could feel the whale think. "I suppose so." "I've had one all picked out. I've had it ever since I wanted a whale pet. Your new name is Whalie." "Whalie, Whalie, Whalie. I like this name." "Oh, good." Farrell wasn't quite sure what he should say next, until he remembered why he was there in the first place. "Hey, Whalie, what are you doing here?" "I was staying, but I was also getting ready to leave. I have been with those of this world they are fewer and sadder than those who have come before, and they told the stories.
What do you mean, others who came before, told stories? I don't understand.
I am only a visitor. I will leave here soon.
Where are you going?
I must go to the next world. That is my path.
How will you leave the ocean, though?
I spent far more time here in this world than I normally do. This world is unique. The whales here cannot leave, and they are dwindling and sad. Few worlds I have seen with so much story.
How long until you leave?
Not long. Already my body grows lighter. Soon I will be able to fly up into the air and into the next world.
No way, that's amazing.
It is.
Can you take me with you? I want to see these other worlds too.
Are you done with this one?
Yeah, I just came to see the whales, though, and they're all gone.
No, they are here, but like so many other worlds, they will be, along with many other things.
So, can I go with you?
Yes, I suppose it. Is the way. Climb onto my back. Soon I will start to rise.
Farrell furrowed his brow and pursed his lips. The whale's voice was still slow, but it had gotten a little faster since they had been talking. Won't that hurt you?
No.
Farrell was wary to start, but as he pushed against the whale's skin, it gave way, like a sponged wet putty. Very gently he grabbed at Whalie's skin and pulled. To his surprise, it became solid as he lifted himself, and so he dug his other hand into Whalie, and his feet too. In this way he climbed the side of the whale until he was sitting right on top of Whalie's head. Whalie, why is your voice getting faster? Does it have something to do with flying?
During my time here, my body changed to better exist under the water. It can get very deep. My body and voice changed too. But no, that doesn't seem to be why. I am not sure. I do know as I prepare to fly, my body becomes lighter, faster. I have rarely done this transition, because rarely have I witnessed this long. Perhaps I do not understand why. Many worlds are empty, and others have few stories to tell. Here, let me help you. It is beginning.
Farrell's spot sank gradually until he was sitting nearly neck-deep in the whale. It was much drier than when he had climbed up, comfortable and warm.
You will fall off if you aren't careful.
Whalie began to rise, so slow at first that Farrell didn't see it. It wasn't until they were 20 feet in the air that he noticed their speed increasing. Where are you going first?
I go to the next world, and then the one after that. That is the way it is. That is the way it has always been.
They climbed ever higher, and as their height increased, the whale began moving over the ocean, away from the island. As they gained speed, Farrell became scared. "The wind is too hard. We're going too fast."
It will get much faster. Here."
Farrell sank further into the whale. The skin above him closed up, and he was inside the whale. It was dark inside, and Farrell didn't like it. "I can't see."
"Wait. There."
Farrell felt the whale move forward ever faster. The darkness around him gradually melted away, and he could see in all directions if he turned his head. "Wow, is this how you see?"
"I see in all directions at the same time." "How do you see?"
Their speed increased, and Whalie, for the first time since they had met, seemed curious about something. The boy wasn't sure how he knew, but he did. "I can only see in one direction. I can only see in front of me. Heck, I've never even been to other worlds. I've only lived on mine."
"That's so odd. So small a perspective. One loses so much in the journey if one only sees one way."
"I don't know how you see like you do. How that would even be
whom all things are. That is the way. Perhaps you can tell me what you see in the next world. I would like to see it through your eyes, and perhaps you can see it through mine."
"That sounds fine, Whalie." Farrell's voice trailed off as the world around him changed. It still looked the same in some respects, like the sky and ocean. But something was different now. Something was changing. They were high above the ocean now, and the blue sky had melted to their sides, and above them now was the first darkness of space. The world itself seemed to begin a slow roil, like whatever was solid, or matter, was giving way to some inner fire. It was like the world was rippling, and each ripple gave birth to a small fire, a burst of twisting energy that spiraled up and around and back into the earth.